when I would translate Greek in those languages, we really, we have to piece it together like a puzzle. And that's kind of how, you have to approach much of medicine and some of the science research I've done in the past. You kind of have to approach it in a pragmatic way. A lot of patients come with, kind of run of the mill symptoms that you may often see. And so you kind of just have to take that step by step and, go with analyzing, how they're presenting. And then, you run your tests, you order your labs, and you treat them appropriately, because, there are, several guidelines out there that kind of help you, work through that. But sometimes you have to kind of go out on, your best judgment, and but still having that background of, thinking logically and pragmatically and kind of running through all your systems really help you in diagnosing and treating patients.
Definitely say, like, as a writer, the intensive study of both Greek and Latin, which are deeply complicated languages, I think that has made me a stronger writer and made me analyze the structure of a sentence or the structure of what I'm trying to say in a new way. And in advertising, you're trying to write as little as humanly possible to convey as much as possible. And so, that's a strength that I think I've got from just intensive study of a language, is having a better mastery of the English language. Like, I don't think any other advertising writer is going to speak to you about an ablative absolute, but I can.
First of all, the ability to think very quickly on your feet and under pressure is an important skill set stemming from that. I also think that just speech writing speech giving and delivering in general. And so that ability to articulate something very quickly on your feet and think on your feet, almost like a debate type skill, has been really, really helpful. And I found that a lot of students in business school who were either math majors or didn't have that sort of humanities background oddly struggled when it came to a lot of the softer skills of leadership and speaking in public and articulation, whereas they were very good at the analyst type skills of spreadsheets and whatnot. I think Latin taught me the ability to take something complex, such as the Latin sentence, and to translate it and condense it really nicely and easily into English. And that's a huge skill set in the workplace. I find that so many people these days are great at making a slide deck very pretty, but they can't actually articulate it and they can't write in a meaningful and thoughtful way. Sort of as my career has evolved, Wikipediaing, Googling, etc., LinkedIn, like at different people's backgrounds and their trajectories and how they got where they got. And I think it wasn't as clear to me in undergrad that was possible, I think. And I didn't feel like I had sort of that bridge to the alumni world that would, say, hey, it's okay, I'm in finance now, but I was classics major. And so I think there was sort of a black box to that in a lot of ways.
Like, networking is not a skill that has ever come naturally to me. And so I think I was very resistant to that. You hear a lot of that your senior year of college, like, you got to do networking and cold outreach, and that's how you'll succeed in the world. And I did go to that networking night where I happened to hear two people in advertising speak, and that's what set me on this whole path. But then I did do a lot more. I think I bought into networking a little bit more coming out of the creative circus, because people talked about this endlessly supportive network of your fellow alumni who want to help you succeed in this field. And so I took that to heart a little bit more and started sending my portfolio out for critique to other Creative Circus alumni, and using Creative Circus alumni connections to get into agencies to show my portfolio to creative directors. And I think I maybe should have taken that to heart a little bit sooner, because Emory has a much larger network than the Creative Circus. But yeah, it definitely was real for sure. And it's a huge part of how I got to where I am now is buying into the networking thing. Well, it doesn't have to be the business card in hand, awkwardly standing in a ballroom. It was very much done via email for me.